Morning, Steve, Yasmin, and Mark. Covered. Well, not that much at Costco. How much is in a flat? 24? Well, I looked up. I was getting kind of nervous because this where Tux bit me right there. So I looked up. Oh, free. Oh, I don't know how much 5 dozen is. Costco. Oh, see, I can get 5 dozen eggs. Costco for $15.39. Delivered. What it says. I mean, let me make sure. Yeah. Tux is about to cover that food up with leaves. I can tell it. Don't do it. Don't you do it. That's got probiotics in it. He's limping. See that limp right there? He fell over yesterday, but he scratched himself in the front yard. Also, it's definitely affecting him. He's got his paw up right now. It's that left paw. Damn it, dude. Got it up right now. I don't think it's gonna heal itself. Dude, she has a fucking obsession with closing the door. That's a can and a half of food. Looks like he only ate like half a can. Maybe his foot's messing with him. He doesn't want to eat. Because he seemed to not want it. I also think he might go into the house to wait for me, hoping that I'll come back out. It's possible. I just heard a cat fight. So did Sweet Pea. Tell me he's down there getting in a fight, man. Possible. Put a bunch of gravy in the ziwi. Something's bound to eat it. Something's bound to eat the middle plate with probiotics too. But it's concerning that he didn't eat much of that fancy feast. That's fucking concerning. There's no way he's had any food already. Maybe he's holding out for some other plate. Yeah, you can get 60 eggs for Costco for $15.39. Yet another reason to have a Costco membership. Organic? I don't know. It just says cage free. Probably not then. That's a hefty premium for some organic eggs, though. Oh, see, that's how they're doing you like that. See, these grocery stores out here know we got Costco close by, so they gotta adjust their prices so that we don't all just shop at Costco. We got a Costco on every block, just about. Like, there's so many Costco's out here. There are probably like 10 Costco's in LA County. I'm not sure, but let's see. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 Costco's in LA County. And then Orange County, too. What? What? Ow. Come on, Tux. Is he still under there? Man, he left so much food. He didn't eat much yesterday either. Hey, Munchkin. Man, not much news on Christmas Eve. Sleepy, 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 sleepy. I don't know if she knows her name yet. Sleepy, sleepy. Hey, where are you? Sleepy. Hey, sleepy. I think she might come to me if I say Simon's name too, though. Speaking of Simon, oh really, Bill Clinton, huh? Well, hmm. Hopefully, you don't go into the spirit world, Mark. Dude, that dude that burned that lady had been deported before. Tom Holman says. We need to start caning these people. When they come back, cane them and then send them back. Like if you come back after you've been kicked out, you get your ass beat pretty much. Why can't we do that? Like our judicial system believes in killing people, but it doesn't believe in hurting people. Shouldn't there be like something before killing them? Like in between just incarceration, but higher than manual labor, lower than death. Oh, sorry, Brody. You know, I think you need to calibrate that better because you're missing a lot of food talk lately. Reinstall it. Yeah, try to turn it off, turn it back on again.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
I don't remember what that sound command is. It is reboot. I don't know why it didn't work.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
I don't know.
Have you tried turning it off and on again? Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Oh, it. I don't know why it's not working. Man. Broken. Reboot is broken. Hey, let's go out. Come on, son, let's go out. Is Tuck still under the house, man? Jason Bateman. I don't know who that is. Jason Bateman. Okay, I remember him now. Office Space guy, right? Office Space guy? I won't know. Thinking. Oh no, he was in Extract. That's what I'm thinking. I think. Is that the one? Yeah, he was in Extract. That was it. It was a pretty good movie. He works in a company that makes extracts. Flower extracted plant. Oh no, it's an interesting movie. I want to know what you're thinking. Got 6.1 stars on IMDb. You went to the movies though? Oh no, Netflix. I was about to say. Hardly anybody goes to the movies anymore. Whoa.
High surf caused a portion of the historic.
Oh my goodness. Stuff's falling apart in California. It's official. It's official. Why is this working? Every freaking day. Why is my shit breaking? There we go.
Santa Cruz wharf to collapse and claimed one life overnight. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the details.
This morning, one person is dead after high surf on the central coast of California turned deadly. Authorities say a large wave trapped a man underneath debris on Sunset State Beach Monday morning. He was taken to a local hospital where he later died.
Oh my God.
That powerful surf
what is that, a
also
fucking
taking out part of a
forklift
historic
or
pier
something's
nearby.
on there?
Video shows the Santa Cruz Wharf bobbing in the water. Two men seen waving their arms
Yeah,
as they stood
backhoe,
stranded
little
on the floating debris.
bobcat looking thing. That's amazing. It's still
Rescuers
floating
on a jet
on
ski
it.
quickly rushing to the scene to get the man back to shore. The Coast Guard says a third person was able to swim to safety. Heavy surf in the area prompting authorities to issue an evacuation order for a number of beachfront homes just south of Santa Cruz. At nearby Marina State Beach, a search for a man swept out to sea by strong surf was called off. A strengthening storm expected to bring hurricane-force winds and
the
waves
end of it
as high
fell
as
off?
60 feet from California to the Pacific Northwest, with alerts in place through today.
We have
It comes
alerts
as
here
a
in Long
winter
Beach even.
blast hits the Northeast, bringing
have a breaker
snow
wall.
and frigid temperatures as millions of Americans arrive at their destinations ahead of Christmas tomorrow. Parts of New England could see up to a half a foot of snow, with icy conditions expected in Philadelphia, Baltimore, and D.C. But that storm may have a silver lining for those hoping for a white Christmas.
We're going to see it in the mountains out west and, of course, in the northern tier, upper Midwest and Great Lakes and interior Northeast. But for a change, we could actually get some snow right down to the coast from the Northeast. The first white Christmas here in New York City since 2009.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking.
Dude, I was in New York when it was snowing during Christmas time. Well, it was actually after Christmas. It was like January. It's horrible, dude. Holy shit. New York's already bad. But when it's cold and slushy, it's even worse. I don't recommend it. Niagara Falls, on the other hand, that shit looked majestic. All the spritz from the falls was frozen on everything. It looked like a scene out of Star Wars where they're in the winter scene with the those things that look like dogs. They look like big ass dogs with their ginormous metal. I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And what are those things called? You know, I used to like, what was that Star Wars movie? You could actually get in one of those things and control it. It was pretty cool. But then you'd have to worry about the things flying around and wrapping your legs up, like in the movie. Pretty fun game. I got tired of hearing the gun noises though with the stormtroopers and stuff. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep. Old. Is Tuck still under the house? A Star Wars Christmas special. I never saw it. Dude, I pretty much stopped watching any of the Star Wars movies. I actually stopped watching them after the Jar Jar Binks one. Episode 1, I think it was. Movie sucked, dude. Like, is it because of the age that I was really, like, just to preface, I was really into Star Wars, and that I had, before the new ones came out, I still have it, the discography for music. It's all the music from all the Star Wars on a CD set, came with a booklet and everything. And at the time, for a kid, that was really expensive for me. And they're not even worth much nowadays either. It wasn't like it was a collector's item or anything. But I thought maybe it would be back then. But then they came out with episode 1. And I'm like, why do they have to have a retarded alien in it? And a whole planet of retarded aliens. They never had anything. Even Chewbacca was kind of smart. Even R2-D2, even though it couldn't speak, it was smart. Everything was smart in Star Wars instead of the Jar Jar Binks planet. And I don't know, it felt like they were making the movie for kids at that point. They were trying to draw kids into it. When Star Wars was already made for kids, they didn't have to make it super childish the way they did with that shit. It wasn't even entertaining for me watching it. I didn't think Jar Jar Binks was funny, or his group of people. I just thought he was stupid. So after that one, I pretty much was done with Star Wars, dude. I figured if they're gonna do that, then the next ones are probably going to suck too. Because what's his name? Lucas was out of it, right? The main dude wasn't making them anymore. George Lucas, I think Disney was or something. I don't know exactly who made it. He might have been involved with the first one, but eventually he got out of it, right? Alright, let me see. What was the last Star Wars? What was the last George Lucas Star Wars? George Lucas decided to step back from creating new Star Wars trilogies for several reasons. When he was still involved, wasn't he? Oh, you're thinking. Oh no, he did do something in 2012. That was his. He did episode 1. How embarrassing. It was the first film he had directed in over 2 decades. No wonder it sucked. He directed the next 2 after that. Well, who made the first ones? Were those George? They were too. I guess he did the first 3 and for 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3. Well, he screwed them up. Maybe the books just sucked. I mean, there's a reason why they started with 4. And it could have been because they saw that 1 was shit. Well, I don't say they started with 4 because 1 was action-packed, battle scenes, craziness like the Princess Leia weird shit, and Luke Skywalker. I'm your father. That's my sister. Wait, I can't fuck her? That's my sister? Oh, man. Oh, I guess you can have her. Han Solo. Like, oh, what the, do we have a problem? I lost viewers talking about Star Wars. You know what? They can stick dicks in every orifice they have, and I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy not seeing it, but happy knowing that it happened. I'd be happy knowing that it happened, but only if it happened all at the same time. Every orifice. With very large cocks. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Even in the nostrils. Even in the nostrils. I don't want no skimping. Tux is looking at her. He knows something's under there. I want to know what you're thinking. Hey, Miss Bug, you just missed it. It was Dick's Fall a second ago. Now we have a shortage. There was a run on penises a second ago. I should have ordered more. They were just on sale for Black Friday, dude. Damn it. I'm always worried that I'll get too many, though. Sometimes you guys actually behave, and then I have an abundance. They go bad. They rot. I gotta throw them out. Try to get the cats to eat them. Sprinkle nutritional yeast on them. It usually doesn't work, though. They're not fond of penises. They eat the Ziwi more. Which is why I don't even stream it. It's embarrassing because I put so much work into it. I baste them. I give them a little seasoning. I squirt tuna juice on them. Hey, used to. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. He's so bright-eyed. Oh, yo, 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 yo. I wish you could have more freedom. You're try to make eggnog, man. I wish I had picked up more eggnog. I'm about to go order some or something. I got one more glass left. I guess I gotta just hold it for tomorrow. It'll be my Christmas eggnog cup. I'll start the day off with it, not go ham on the whiskey. Yeah, baby. Come in with me. I got a whole liter of Buffalo Trace ready to go, and 14 Coors Banquets in reserve. Oh, baby. Pretty much locked and loaded. You on a one set? How much was it before? Before what? Well, back in the day for Costco. Yeah, that was probably about 40 $40 maybe. 30 to $40, probably 35. Probably maybe because I get the liters for less than 25. Like I was, dude, you know, with credit cards, it's always very tempting to just swipe a fucking $60 bottle. It's Christmas. Yeah. I even went back to the aisle like, it is Christmas. They have the McKenna. They had the Four Roses special batch. And they had a 3-pack of Jack Daniels with the single barrel, a special select, and a rye. They had a couple that I was like, better not. I'll get the Buffalo Trace. I'm good with the Buffalo Trace. I don't have it like that. Like I'm already doing too much by getting this. But if they would add something extra special that I hadn't tried before, I'd have probably bit the bullet. If they would have had just one bourbon in there that I hadn't tried that had high reviews, I would have probably gotten that instead. But if I've tried it, yeah. 65 Canadian. Oh, I don't know. Oh, is that okay? 40. Probably about 40 then. What'd you think? Go for the price, huh? Does your Costco have a lock selection with more expensive stuff? No, not really. It doesn't lock it up. Well, they'll just put empty boxes out. If it's if it's really expensive, they'll have them up front. I've seen that before, though, out here. Damn, y'all did I not show y'all that pier that was broken up? I didn't brush that out. Thought I had that showing.
Questions remain after dozens of migrants in Chicago's South Shore neighborhood say they were forced out into the cold just one day before Christmas Eve. Some say they weren't even allowed to retrieve their belongings. But a spokesperson for the mayor's office says the building they were staying in.
Well, she ate a decent amount of the food.
Julian Cruz is live at the Chicago Police Department's 3rd District with the latest. Julian.
Well, Ben, city personnel converging on a large South Shore apartment building accompanied by a large presence of Chicago police officers. Spokespeople for the mayor's office telling us that the migrants are being moved due to safety concerns in the building, but members of the community telling us that the operation was both chaotic and heavy-handed.
I saw groups of children. There's ladies with newborns.
Oh my God, not the kids.
Neighbors distressed to see families in the cold at 74th and South Village the day before Christmas Eve.
They can't even get their coats out of their apartments.
Warming buses and the Salvation Army among various city agencies here to support what the mayor's office calls an evacuation due to safety concerns in the large South Shore apartment building. But the migrants telling us that there wasn't adequate notice.
I
have 2 small children, a migrant father tells us. One is 2 years old and the other 3, and I don't have anywhere to go. Others upset with what they say is a confusing situation and the abruptness with which city departments and police remove migrants from the building.
The
majority of us have lost our documents, our clothes, and our shoes, a mother of 2 tells us, anguished most especially by the inability to retrieve crucially important documents. We have paid a month for $1,200, and it's only been 10 days, this man tells us. Many confused about where they'll go and what happens to the rent money that they say they already paid at the large apartment building on the 7300 block
These
of South
fuckers
Village.
are getting apartments in New York for $1,200. How is that even possible?
There have been serious issues with residents in the building over the past month.
Subsidized.
And too many
It's gotta
occupants
be.
moved into the building, causing deplorable conditions.
The government's paying for part of their rent,
Telling
probably.
us that it was Chicago's building department making the call to evacuate the apartment building. 6 families, we are told, transported to the
These
new
are all
life
studios,
shelter. Others taken to
maybe,
the city's new
with no
intake
kitchen.
center, and another group
Like a
refusing
shared bathroom.
transport to other area shelters. On the South Shore, Julian Cruz, WGN News.
Man, it's cold, dude. It's 23.5 C in here. I'm still cold. Walking in the kitchen. Getting some meat on my bone. Dude, Simon, you're a fucking pain in the ass, man. You're way more of a pain in the ass than she is. Come on. I mean, why would it change, you know? Yeah. Always been a pain in the ass. is this?
A popular South American restaurant in Concord says it was slammed with a discrimination lawsuit. And after tens of thousands of dollars in legal fees, it's going to be shutting down. As KRON 4's Jack Molmud reports, that lawsuit is being called predatory.
Look at what it's for. This
So
is
walk
crazy.
up to Lima Restaurant here in downtown Concord, and the first thing you'll see is a sign that says they will be permanently closed starting December 31st. They cite operating costs as a major factor as to why they're closing down, but also a discrimination lawsuit that they say has tanked them by tens of thousands of dollars.
Extremely shocked, yeah, because when I go to other states, I see ladies' night everywhere, but we were extremely shocked when we first got the lawsuit.
John Marquez and his family from Peru run Lima Restaurant, serving up lomo saltado and other rich and savory South American dishes.
Man.
For years, they ran a promotion
really
for
good.
women.
We used to offer 50% off drinks to ladies.
Marquez says his family believes they were preyed upon by people who aren't even local and taking advantage of California's laws meant to promote equity.
It was an out-of-state people, and they came over here to this state to get away with that kind of frivolous lawsuit.
The lawsuit cited discrimination by only offering discounts to women. It ended up dragging along and costing the restaurant anywhere from $40,000 to $70,000.
It was our winter reserves. Summer, we're super busy, but and we save all that money for winter because it's a little slow season, and then that money was taken away.
That's not easy money for a family-owned restaurant that was able to survive the pandemic and multiple shops in this downtown square shutting down.
Yeah, we were making enough, but the lawsuit took a lot of that away. So then once we announced it, all of our regular patrons came in and helped us out, and you know they're here for one last time, and we have a lot of regulars, so they've helped us out tremendously.
It's also a busy restaurant, lots of returning customers. It will be missed.
Promoting one gender does not discriminate against the other gender.
John Diaz and Mel Ladhazy are longtime customers. They're taking in their last drinks at Lima.
Hello, I'm a lady, so it's like if I want to go out with my girls, it doesn't seem like a rude thing to do.
Knowing it will be missed when the doors close on what locals call one of a kind.
Since COVID, this whole square has just kind of been shut down. Concord's all strip malls, and this is the one spot that's not. And so it's really
it's fun to come down here.
Reporting in Concord, Jack Molmud.
So weird. Ladies' night is illegal in California. I didn't know that. Wonder when that happened. There he is. He was still under there. Weird. See, that wasn't just a poop. Not eating much lately. I bet he just went to lay down in the backyard. Hopefully he can last to his appointment. Dude, you're very demanding. Can I just enjoy my own lap for a little while? Ford will donate $1 million in fleet of vehicles to Trump inauguration. Yeah. For the people. Wow. 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 Come on. I'm so sorry for Tux. When Simon gets in my lap like this and he's got the heater and everything next to him and feeling all nice and warm. Think about Tux more. He's out there in the cold. Hurt paw. Probably still hungry. Meanwhile, I'm trying to encourage Simon to eat. He's getting weight on him though. He's 11.8 pounds now. Almost a full pound what he was a month ago. Here's when Christmas Eve rain is going to arrive.
Hitting into Los Angeles. This morning at 7:40 right now. But later on, 12:10, it starts to move a little further south, and you can see that area of snow.
Oh, this guy's fucking losing his pizzazz. He's losing his energy. Hey, dude, anybody else think that they keep news people way too fucking long? This dude's probably worked there for 40 years.
To expand, and there it is at about 4:05 this afternoon. We can possibly expect.
Way to get some new blood in here.
Rain could be on and off all the way through this evening, and also
had so many fucking facelifts.
This evening and tonight. Here we go with the daytime highs for this afternoon. Rain moving in. Burbank at about 61 degrees, 62 in Woodland Hills, Simi Valley up to 60 degrees.
This forehead doesn't even look natural. It has 0 wrinkles.
For the beaches. Clouds, fog, just overcast skies, and possibly.
I think it's ugly when people don't look like they've aged at all when they're fucking 60-something years old.
Same story all the way across. Mostly cloudy today with rain possible for this afternoon. Los Angeles 7-day outlook. We start out at 60. We go up a couple degrees tomorrow.
You think you're better than us or something?
Then Saturday and Sunday, those temperatures at about 69 degrees. Monday, 69 degrees. Inland Empire 69, 64. Then back up to 73 and 74 degrees over the weekend. Orange County inland 65 on Christmas, 66 degrees, 70 for the weekend, and finally
Mickey Rourke's got an excuse. He was a boxer.
62 up to 69 into the 70s for the weekend and clearing out.
Joe Biden's wild spending spree exposed in Senator Rand Paul's 10th annual Festivus report, showing the more than $1 trillion in government waste. Making the list this year, of course, you got to have your Sesame Street
Cat
show and rock,
experiment.
a multi-million-dollar pickleball complex in Las Vegas, a drag cabaret show on ice, and, of course, border security for ... Paraguay. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul joins us now. Senator, this is an annual list you do. You've got a lot of problems
Border
with government
security
people.
for
To quote
Paraguay.
Seinfeld further, how tough is it to target and find the entries on this list?
Border security in Panama.
You know, I got a lot of problems with big spenders in both parties. And here's the thing, everywhere you look, you find more of this stuff. $1 trillion. That means we found a lot of waste. But it's everywhere. It's in all the big departments, in the Department of State. It's in NIH. It's in the National Science Foundation. And people wonder, why does it exist every year? We have this Department of Doge. Are they going to be able to get rid of it? Well, the only way to get rid of it is to spend less money. So if you give the National Science Foundation $4 billion one year and then you increase it to $8 billion, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that you're going to get more waste, not less. This has been going on since the 70s, but it has exploded. But you have to be willing to cut spending for the overall department. NIH will have more waste if you give them more money. They spent $3 million studying what kids do when they look at ads for food on Facebook. So they had a whole bunch of kids look at ads for food on Facebook, and that was $3 million worth. I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars to drill holes into cats' head, spin them around rapidly, and study motion sickness. Sounds more like animal cruelty than it actually sounds like an experiment. But the list goes on and on.
And that's not to mention, I mean, you have stolen COVID relief funds, $8 million. One guy from Florida did it to buy an island. You mentioned the cat. The list does go on and on. But you also alluded to this, Senator. Do you think your tradition ends this year? In other words, is this the year that Doge eliminates the need for you to go through and make this list, because they've done it over the course of the intervening 365 days?
Ultimately, it takes Congress. Congress has to get rid of the spending. Doge can point out the spending problems and the waste the same way I've been pointing it out. But the reason it's not eliminated is they don't have the votes to get rid of the spending. So I am very hopeful that Doge will draw attention to this the same way I've been drawing attention to it. But I'll give you an example. About a year ago, there was a chip spill, a bill to subsidize microchips, semiconductors in the United States. Well, in that bill, they doubled the size of the National Science Foundation. Now, the National Science Foundation is the one that's famous for doing a study on whether tequila or gin makes people more aggressive. So they fed fish, half of them tequila and the other half of the fish gin, and they decided which made the fish more aggressive. That's the National Science Foundation. Most of the terrible, wasteful projects, the crazy stuff and experiments that's going on is National Science Foundation. In the CHIPS bill, all the Democrats and half the Republicans voted to double the size of the National Science Foundation. So why is there more waste? Because the idiots in Congress keep giving them more money.
Well, it will be interesting to see, again, what happens when Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. Very different from what we've experienced the last 96 hours in Congress. Will this waste go away? Will you be needed on Christmas Eve next year? We will see. Senator Rand Paul, enjoy the day and the week with your family, and we thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Steve Ducey. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page.
They say it out there, Ms. Buggle. Right. Is Robert Plant still alive?
A state trooper accused of stealing, as WBZ's Tammy Mutasa tells us tonight. He allegedly engaged in a well-known scheme and walked away with hundreds of dollars in merchandise from several big box stores.
Tonight, that trooper is accused of
Why are
shoplifting
so many
11
morons
times from the
stealing from Target? Target has long been known as the dumbest place to steal from. I'm talking about for decades. They've had technology that other companies don't have. You are so stupid, man.
Target in just 9 months. Police say he was caught on camera using a scheme at the self-checkout.
That's crazy. Unbelievable.
A state trooper on the wrong side of the law. Police say Zachariah Kent is a repeat offender accused of shoplifting dozens of times at Target in Millbury and Worcester. Police say he was caught on camera swiping more than $1,000 worth of merchandise from the stores.
It's crazy. Hey, my father said if you want something and if you need something, work for it. Go get it. If you don't have it, wait till you can.
Investigators say it was part of a scheme called skip scanning, where a person uses the self-checkout option to pay for some items, but skip paying for others. As a former big box worker for 22 years, shopper Terry Griffin says he saw the scheme play out often.
Say there are 4 items, right? And they put 4 items on the counter, scan 2, put the other 4 in the bag. And nobody's watching them.
Now you have a pattern. And at this point,
they are
we
watching
have to
them.
put an end to it.
Retired state police veteran and law enforcement expert Todd McGee says as loss prevention officers build their case, they weigh the lost revenue to the store and how often they're getting hit.
In this particular case, when you have a repeat offender, and apparently this trooper was one of those repeat offenders, I would think that now this person comes on radar, they know who they're looking for when this person comes into each location.
State police say Trooper Kent has no other previous disciplinary history. In a statement, they say the Massachusetts State Police does not tolerate theft or dishonesty, and we hold our members accountable to the highest professional standards. State police say the trooper has been suspended without pay, and an internal investigation has been opened.
Was he a DEI hire? The hell? Holy shit. Crazy. Dude blew up. What? Wow. Look at this. Alright, so this dude, I don't know how many subs. Okay, he had 16,000. He lost 100 subscribers on the 14th, and he posted a video about how he lost 100 subscribers. He had 16,300 subscribers. 16,300 subscribers on the 14th. So he posted this video. It's only a minute and 23 seconds long, and he now has 56,900 subscribers.
Well, I lost 100 followers. I now only have 16,300 followers. But that's okay. Fuck them. They don't get to see my two-handed sword, man, do they? My two-handed, crisp-bladed sword. Yeah, fuck them. They're probably Trumpers anyway. They can't take the truth. They can't handle the truth.
They're Trumpers? That's what... He's an anti-Trumper, and that's what got him so many fucking new subs? Are you fucking serious right now? Alright, now I'm convinced Reddit was involved.
So goodbye to them. Goodbye to them. And hello to you. This is actually a very cheap two-handed sword. And I wouldn't really use this in combat. You could hurt somebody with it. It's moderately sharp. But I'm sure the tang is just a simple little piece of rod of metal that screws on at the end. So something like this is good to hang on the wall. It's not even as long as a real two-handed sword.
Fucking dork.
But it used to look cool hanging on the wall.
It's...
You know, I kind of ran out of wall space.
Bro, if I'm gonna have a sword, that motherfucker needs to be useful.
I'm not gonna break it. It's goodbye to 100 people, probably, no doubt, 100 Trumpers who couldn't take the truth. So goodbye to you.
Fuck you, you scraggly old shithead. Bunch of Trumpers. You're a Kamala Harris supporter with a sword? That says a lot. That's... bro. LARPing ass. A LARPing 60-year-old that's into Kamala Harris. Actually, that sounds about right. Leader of Tibet's government in exile on the Dalai Lama, China. I mean... Last minute holiday shopping. Let's see these weirdos.
Looking at the departures right now from Louis Armstrong, just 2 American Airlines flights at this moment have been rescheduled for later this afternoon.
I only go to Costco last minute.
Right now it says everything's on time. We do know how that happens. We could see some changes as this ground stop continues to affect other airports.
Yep. And on this Christmas Eve, people will be hitting the stores for those last-minute holiday gifts, groceries, etc.
Oh, yeah. So get ready for long lines and packed parking lots and lots of traffic. Maddie Kirk
Dude, you know something I've noticed is pissing me off to Costco? Every time I come with my zipper bag, the fucking bagger dude always comes and looks inside of my bag to make sure I'm not stealing anything. Even though I bag the stuff myself, they always look at it like, motherfucker, they're checking my receipt at the door. Why do you gotta check me at the... Like, don't you guys have cameras in here? I've been coming here for over a decade, and y'all gotta check me still? The fuck, y'all? The cashiers work there forever, dude. I got carded the other day. It kind of pissed me off, too. I'm like, dude, I've been coming here. I recognize you. You don't recognize me? Like, not like I just started coming here, bro. I'm one of the tallest people that y'all see, and gotta be one of the ugliest. Huh. You don't remember me, bro? Oh, we still gotta check. What? Dude, y'all never card me in here. What do you mean you still gotta check?
So much during the holidays, it's inevitable. Someone is going to forget that key
Do
ingredient.
I look like I'm fucking 21, you fucking shit? Huh? I don't need the flattery.
We've got some local shops to the rescue here.
I had to take it out and everything
at
for
7
him.
o'clock. They'll be here through 6 o'clock today for all of your last minute needs. And look, the bakery
Oh, we
is
still got
bumping here this
No,
morning.
you actually don't,
Like it usually
dude.
is here. They've got all of the
I
donuts,
look way older than
glazed,
10
all
years
the
older than
sweet treats
21.
ready to get boxed up and sent over to holiday parties, Christmas Eve gatherings, what have you. Also open right now, Rouse's, Zapardo's, Bromart, and those big box stores like Walmart and Target. They're all going to close early, though, mostly at 6 o'clock, with Rouse's extending until 7. And the malls are going to be sure to be packed, too, more than the previous years, with some new holiday headaches for our local families.
It was a black guy, by the way.
Confirms delayed shipments for the area, with buyers waiting last night outside of the warehouse in Covington trying to get their packages.
Order it again. It will definitely not be in here for time for Christmas.
I'm waiting on a present for my 2 daughters for Christmas. I was promised by Amazon and FedEx that this package would be here before Christmas, and still waiting.
So for those last minute gifts, Lakeside, Canal Place, Elmwood, Oakwood, all open today, but they are closing early around 6 or 7, like the grocery stores as well. So get out early if you can. Olivia and Kelsey, will send it back to you.
All right, Maddie, looks pretty busy in there already.
Yeah.
Look, there were people waiting outside, and they even opened the doors a little bit earlier than 7, just because it's still a little chilly. We are warming up for this holiday, but it's a little chill in the air, so if you didn't have a jacket, they let you come on in and get your shopping done. And yeah, we are bumping here on this Wednesday morning, but like I said, the checkout lines are just starting to get a little bit longer. But we do anticipate a fantastic holiday season here at Dorniak's.
Pretty good. Thanks, Maddie.
Maybe he thought I looked like a secret shopper or something. It's not. Should have recognized me. I recognize all the old timers there. And I prefer, I try, like if I see one of them that I like, I'll go to them even. A lot of them recognize me. So I can tell by how they'll say hey to me compared to the person behind me or something, like at the door or whatever. Chris is always super friendly with me. Like we know each other. We have a little small talk every now and then. The big black dude, he's always right at the door. Always positive. America's feeling lucky for Christmas Eve's $1 billion mega lotto. Bay Area holiday shopping shows some malls empty and struggling. Go figure. No one wants to get shot, and you get better deals online. It looks like a. News is really slow. I'll go to Steve. Get them back in there. Give us the news, man. We need news right now. This to work.
We turn now to a scary scene on the slopes in Nevada. Several skiers plunging 30 feet into the snow after a ski lift malfunctioned at a resort. It comes just days after dozens of skiers and snow.
That reminds me. Do you remember that that one where the ski lift stopped underneath a broken hydrant or something, and the person was getting sprayed with freezing cold water? And the thing wasn't moving. Y'all remember that one?
Scary scene.
Has anybody not seen that?
On the slopes in Nevada, several skiers plunging 30 feet into the snow after a ski lift malfunctioned at a resort. It comes just days after dozens of skiers and snowboarders were stranded for hours and rescued after another ski lift broke down in Colorado. More now from ABC's Mola Lengi.
Tonight, terrifying moments at a busy ski resort near Lake Tahoe. Images show first responders treating people at the scene after authorities say a chairlift at the Heavenly Mountain Resort in Nevada appeared to slide backwards, slamming into the chair behind it.
It's Heavenly Stagecoach. They've had 5 people fall from a lift over 30 feet.
At least 5 people were injured, 3 of them falling about 30 feet to the snow below. Several rushed to the hospital. It comes after this dramatic rescue at a Colorado ski resort over the weekend.
Joe, hang on.
Video showing first responders using ropes and ladders to lower skiers and snowboarders from a gondola after it malfunctioned at the Winter Park Resort. Amy Carr, one of the 174 people rescued.
We heard them power it down. And then I realized that this was not your normal run-of-the-mill, let's stop the lift, and that there was something really serious.
Hello. This one. Oh, they're not showing it. It's only 26 seconds. Apparently on this one it was 7 degrees outside. What's happening? There's people right there. Holy shit, that's torture. Yeah, you thought I meant that they were just barely getting sprayed with some water, huh? Oh no, they were getting blasted.
And tonight we have new information in the incident at a North Carolina ski resort that sent 2 people to the hospital after a hydrant broke. Guests sharing this video from Beach Mountain Resort of water gushing out of a fire hydrant, pushing people out of their lifts. WCNC Charlotte's Indira Esquiva joins us from the newsroom with more about how all this happened.
With fresh snow on the ground, this weekend felt perfect for a ski trip, but it turned into an emergency when Beach Mountain Resort says a guest skied into a water hydrant.
Emma Lapinto was celebrating her birthday at Beach Mountain Resort on Friday. She says she was on a lift with a friend when water burst from a hydrant and sent her and her friend flying down.
All I can remember is seeing the metal bar that comes down just fly up, and then I just remember seeing myself in the air, and then next thing I was face first, almost belly flop down however many feet. I want to say at least 20. I wouldn't have jumped it.
Beach Mountain Resort said a person skied into a hydrant on Friday, causing the water to gush out. That skier was okay, but 2 others were taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Lapinto says her injuries from the fall include bruises all over her body and an air bubble in her chest.
But my whole left side is just in so much pain.
How does that
My
happen?
neck, I
Air
can move
bubble.
it left and right, up and down hurts. My shoulder and chest pain is really bad.
Tim Williams watched the incident unfold. He says people tried to help as freezing cold water sprayed into lifts.
The problem was when they stopped the lift, in one of the videos, they stopped a chair directly above the water. When that happened, it was pretty hard to watch.
It was a birthday Lapinto won't ever forget.
I was there for a good time and everything, and then just
I want them to interview those
it was
people, though.
my life in front of my eyes.
They didn't interview the right people.
A spokesperson said Beach Mountain Resort
Oh,
is operating
you know what?
on its
I
regular
bet they didn't want to be interviewed because they're suing the shit out of them.
schedule today. Brianna?
Lawyers probably told them not to talk to the news. Oh, baby. Sister T.
People will go to great lengths for their favorite pizza. Well, we found a pie slinger in Chicago who has one of the hottest slices in town. His thin crust pizza is so popular, he's raising plenty of dough for a good cause. Here's CBS's Charlie DeMar.
By day, it's just an ordinary alley, but one night a month, it's the drive-thru for Chicago's most exclusive pizzeria.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much. Happy
Enjoy.
holidays. The cheese, the crust, just absolute perfection.
I am so excited for this. I've been wanting to get this since summer.
Hanny Pay locked into one of this month's very limited edition Crust Fun pizzas, donating $160 in exchange for one of only 12 thin crust pies.
I got a DM and just decided, okay, well, 8 o'clock, I'm going to be looking for an alley somewhere and we'll have an adventure.
$100 and something
The alley is
pizza
behind
with
John
beer.
Crother's garage, and his creations usually sell out minutes after he opens online reservations.
Stupid.
Grab some beer. The recipe is rooted in love and kindness.
I don't take any money for these pizzas, and what you do is you make a donation to the charity of the month that we designate, and you get a pizza, and I get to know that this place that means a lot to me is seeing more money this month.
Okay, well, that's
His
fair
pizza
enough.
passion started in 2020 as a weekly
That's a little
pandemic
better.
relief ritual for his family.
We talked about it, and I figured that if the only thing I could do was make pizza, then the only thing I could do was make pizza for the people out there.
At least you
making a
know your
difference.
buddies go
Since then,
to
his thin crusts have raised over $80,000, a lot of dough for charities around Chicago. The $832 this
How
month
does he
helped
afford
Yanni
the
Demoulas
pizza,
buy
though?
toys for kids
And-
spending the holidays in the hospital.
It took zero convincing. I sent him one message about it, and he was immediately in.
What do you get ultimately from all this?
I get to make pizza that I'm really proud of, and I think that if Chicago gets just the tiniest little lift from what we're doing here, then it's worth it.
Charlie DeMar, CBS News.
Yeah, but what brand
Chicago.
beer was that? Are they trying to promote that brand? Is it a Chicago local? Does he know the owner of that brewery? Like, something's up with the beer being there. I never heard of that brand before.
It's very limited edition.
Just absolute.
They're doing this for more than just being altruistic reasons of giving back to society. They got to be, dude.
I'm excited. Okay, well,
Name of this beer.
Alley is behind.
Because look how they're both cheers in it. It's kind of like a center point.
Minutes after he opened.
Let's grab some beer.
The recipe is rooted in love and
waiting for this pizza.
Does the fucking news not give us the name of the beer at all? I don't think so.
$160.
Can't see it anywhere.
Crust pizza, yes, is
month.
Thanks so much. Happy Enjoy.
The cheese, the crust.
I wanted to get
absolute perfection.
I am so excited for this. I've been wanting to get this
Old
since like summer.
Hanny Pay locked into one of this month's very limited edition.
Old time beer. I have a feeling I'm gonna figure it out. It's a mystery. I'm gonna figure it out if I have to be here forever. Chicago, Illinois. It is a local bill. Of course it is. It's Chicago straight on the can. Made in Chicago. Yeah, no. They're trying to get this beer company off the ground. That's what they're doing, dude. Because I ain't never heard of it. And it's the only beer he has there. And it comes with the pizza, apparently. Yeah, this whole thing is more than likely to get this beer company off the ground. Because he's not actually trying to be a pizza company. And I bet a lot of people, just like me, were like, oh, what kind of beer was that? And he knew that something like this would make it on the news if he did it long enough. And to buy news coverage for a beer would probably be really expensive. Or maybe even they won't even do it. Because they didn't promote the beer on the news. They didn't actually say what it was or say anything about it at all. Interesting. Cold Time is a clean, flavorful premium lager brewed for the moment we can reward ourselves with an ice cold beer. Made with pure water from the Great Lakes. Midwest 2-row barley, Mexican lager yeast. Nope, I'm done. I don't want anything Mexican in it until they fucking fix the border. Nothing Mexican. I'm looking at labels to make sure it's not from Mexico. If it's fruit and it's from Mexico, nope. You know what? I think I might even, if it says Venezuelan fruit, I might even say nope to that too. It's too bad we're using their fuel, their oil. Can't really say no to that. Word of mouth is best advertising. Yep, it really is. It's the strongest advertisement because it means something. When you get advertisement on TV, I mean, shit. Who the fuck is giving it? Who's telling? Who's giving the, like, the encouragement to buy it with their personal experience? Somebody that's got a vested interest in selling it. Word of mouth, when you're getting, is someone's unvested interest, unless they own stock in it or some shit. It could be a vested interest, depending on the product, depending on their position. But for the most part, your friend isn't going to fuck you over, try to sell you some shit. So it's a much more trustworthy advertisement. It's strong. For instance, the green drink that I used to get all the time, that was a word of mouth from the owner to my friend. And my friend, Yeti, the guy I just showed on stream the other day, he told me about the interaction. And it was the interaction that mattered the most to me. Because he met him at Sonic Bloom. I mean, he was just talking about Sonic Bloom on one of the other streams. That's funny. The one I was showing, he said something about Sonic Bloom, and we were talking about Coachella being called Coachella, and Sonic Bloom isn't in a town called Sonic Bloom. But anyway, he was at Sonic Bloom. It's a family-friendly music festival up in, I'm forgetting the name. It's in between Fort Collins and Denver. Loveland, I believe. Loveland, Colorado. And the interaction, from what he said, was extremely, like, just real. You know, he wouldn't, like, he felt like the guy was trying to sell him something. He felt like the guy was actually trying to get people healthier. Like, he really believed in his product. He didn't seem like a bullshitter. And I couldn't get that kind of information from any advertisement. Like, if that guy next to him was the brewer, the owner of this brewery, that's major. Yeah, that could definitely help expand his brand in Chicago. And then after that, go from there. Yeah. Yeah, that was a beer commercial. It's cleverly done. It's not bad. I mean, I kind of appreciate it. Because he's doing something for some organizations, you know, he's helping some places out. People are donating to the ones they are comfortable donating to. He said he changes it up each time. I think it's an admirable advertisement scheme. Not hurting anybody. It's only helping people, and yeah. If they don't like the beer, they can always just say, yeah, no, pizza was great, beer was shit. Interesting. I'm kind of cynical, so I look for shit like that. I look for, why are they really doing that? The problem is, I got it from my dad. I got it from both my parents, probably. And the problem with that is they're even more cynical than I am. So me calling around Christmas time, I'm just or like messaging them around now, they're automatically assuming that I'm doing it because I want presents from them or money from them or some shit. I'm 90% sure that's what they'll assume, and that's why they haven't really, like, they don't even message me at all during this time. I messaged them a couple times on Facebook this month. Like one morning I told my dad, I hope you have a great day today, Dad. And it was like 5:30 in the morning my time, but, you know, it's Tennessee time for him, so later. And he sends me a thumbs up emoji. I was hoping that'd be like an opportunity for him to say, hey, thanks. Like, what you got going on today, son? No, just the thumbs up emoji. I don't know, dude. I wish that they weren't so cynical sometimes. I appreciate at times I can appreciate the cynicism and how it's protected me, possibly. But it's probably overprotected me at times, and with them, it's definitely overprotecting them. So yeah, I look at why is somebody really doing this? But it's because my parents do that, and they are just out there by themselves doing it together. Oh, John's messaging and near Christmas again. He probably wants us to send him a card with some cash in it, because I used to. Back in the day, I used to get Christmas money. We all did. My brothers, me. But like, I don't think about that shit now at all. 0%. I'm more thinking about, like, man, it's the holidays. I start having memories of my childhood and like how much they did, like Santa Claus thing and all that, you know? Think about how they sacrificed a lot in life. Try to make my life happier. Like throughout my childhood, I bet on Christmas, pretty much the only reason they put out all the stuff was because they had me there still. But they stopped doing all that when I moved out. I bet they put up zero Christmas stuff. Even though they have all kinds of stuff from like the 70s that we used to put out. 70s, 80s. Homemade ornaments from my childhood, made out of cookie dough. Stuff like that. But it probably just makes them sad seeing it. I guess because we're so estranged. It doesn't have to be like this. I don't know why they don't ever want to have communication. I tried texting what I think is my mom's cell phone. Apparently it's not anymore. I don't know. I've also messaged both of them on Facebook. I don't know what to say after being so long. I don't even know what they look like anymore. Ted and Lou, what the heck? Y'all both just showed at the same time. Christmas is for kids. Oh my Christmas. It's Christmas there, huh? You mean it's for? Do you mean it's for kids? Like young kids? Christmas is just for young kids, or for like your own children? Like even if they're adults, or your own kids if they're adults. Like, shouldn't they also like have these memories of the past and have fond memories? Like, why does it make them want to talk to me more at the same time? That's what's confusing. I think it's their cynicism. Because they think when I'm calling at this time of year, I just want something. They're so weird about not talking on the phone too, man. They've got fucking stranger and stranger living out there by themselves. Oh, last night? You shouldn't have Christmas. Yeah, I remember that part. I wasn't drunk last night. I had 4 beers. You shouldn't have Christmas because you don't. You're all convicts. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have Krampus. Y'all only believe in some Krampus story. You're not. Yeah, but your ancestors slew, so therefore you should get reparations. Don't forget it. Don't forget what they did to your people. Don't ever give up on getting your reparations from the Aborigines and the English. Your ancestors had to fight off spear chuckers, man, and boomerangs. Holy shit. They were just dumped there. Fend for yourself. Living in caves. Y'all lived in caves not that long ago. Can you tell? Denmark. Well, there you go. Even worse of the worst. They were migrant criminals. They went to England and did some dumb shit. England was like, fuck you. We're taking you to this island now. That's what we should start doing to people. Man, is there another island we could do that with? Just start dropping people off the Galapagos Island with no boats. Oh, you want to come to America? Your second time here, we're kicking you out? You know where you're going, don't you? Galapagos. Bon voyage. Like, there's not enough resources there to even build a boat, probably. Hopefully. Like, it's got to be an island where there aren't enough resources to build a boat, and their food just gets dropped off by, like, helicopter. No. They have to grow their food, so we drop off seeds if they don't have enough. That would deter so many more people from coming here illegally. That and the caning. The third time. The second time they come in, caning. The third time, you're going to the island. 3 strikes, you're out. Dude, Trump could buy an island. He's talking about buying Greenland, but he could definitely buy a smaller island. Probably for like 100 million or something. Yeah, but we would need some sort of protection so that people couldn't come rescue them. Damn. Yeah, there would need to be a Coast Guard set up there. But they could just do donuts around the island. It'd be so small. I am happy. What are you talking about? And it's not Christmas here yet, Lou, so fuck you. Just because it's Christmas where you're at, Lou, doesn't mean I have to be Christmassy yet. How selfish. I can still be grumpy now. It's Christmas Eve. A lot of people are grumpy on Christmas Eve. This is National Holiday Grumpy Day. This is the grumpiest day of the holiday season. Kids are all grumpy as shit, want it to be tomorrow already. Dad, can I just open in one? I'm just playing. I don't know. I don't remember what it's like to be a kid anymore. I'm too old. Damn near grandpa. Oh.
They're impressive.
For more than 20 years, Dr. Cameron Curry has marveled at how ants work together.
So you can see this worker starting to get a bit bigger here.
In this lab, Curry and his team monitor how these ants manage their food supply.
They actually cut leaves and they use that leaf material to grow a fungus for food. And they have their own diseases that attack their fungus gardens.
Curry says they've learned the insects harbor bacteria that secretes antimicrobial substances, ensuring their crops remain disease-free. That understanding could help unlock new ideas on how to help people and the growing concerns surrounding antimicrobial resistance.
One of the things that we need to do is discover new chemicals, new antibiotics to treat those infectious diseases that these bacteria and fungal pathogens of humans haven't had a chance to evolve resistance to. So we need new antibiotics.
The research has taken Curry around the world, including Panama and Costa Rica. Some results are showing promise, but are still a long way off for humans.
We have a number of antimicrobials that are very effective against bacterial infections, but our major and most promising antimicrobials are against fungi, so these are antifungals.
Bacteria on ants isn't the only thing being studied here for potential future drugs. Staff and students are also researching bacteria on other insects, including bees, wasps, and beetles.
Julian Rosati, a second-year biochem undergrad, has been working on bees. He says being a part of the research has been an eye-opening experience.
It's taught me that really we don't need to look in the craziest of places to find potential new antibiotics, because they might be right here, just in places you wouldn't expect to look.
The science we do we really love because it not only has the potential application of treating a very important issue of antimicrobial resistant diseases and contributing a knowledge base that hopefully helps to resolve this.
Catherine Ward, Global News.
Produces the food for the
Dude, that reminds me of Medicine Man, or Sean Connery is in the rainforest trying to find a cure for cancer, and it's inside of an ant. Okay, I gave the ending away. I'm sorry. You're not gonna watch it anyway. Let's watch the trailer for it. Let's see if they talk about the ants in the trailer, so I'll know whether or not I actually gave it away. Come here, buddy. Buddy.
Robert Campbell has gone deep into the Amazon rainforest, into a world of astonishing beauty, a land of ancient mystery, where he's made an amazing discovery.
What is it you think you've got?
I don't think. I know.
You found the cure for cancer, and all you can say is, I know?
There's just one problem.
You did what?
I've lost it! Haven't you ever lost anything? Your purse, your car keys? Well, it's rather like that. Now you have it, now you don't.
A miracle without proof is only a miracle.
Now they must rediscover
Michael
that
Keaton was in
miracle.
it.
None of the new samples work. Before it all disappears.
We need help.
Don't you presume to tell me how to follow up. Now you move your road through here, and we've lost it.
Sean Connery.
Hollywood Pictures presents Sean Connery and Lorraine Bracco in a John McTiernan film.
Well, Michael Keaton.
Man. He turned his back on civilization.
Now I understand why you don't want to leave.
Only to discover he had the power to save it.
They obviously worship you.
It's the other way around.
Okay, so I must have given it away. It was the ant. It was an ant. I don't know why they didn't just tell us. Big secret. What is this? Marine Channel.
Marines, Sergeant Major Ruiz and I want to take a moment to wish you and your families a happy holiday season. This year, like the previous 249 years, our Marine Corps has accomplished incredible feats.
From our Marines deployed across the globe on the forward edge in competition, to the Marines standing post at our bases and stations here at home, each of you represented our culture and wore our brand on your chest and in your heart.
Both our 31st and 15th Marine Expeditionary Units operated directly in the pacing threat theater while reassuring and training alongside our allies and partners and deterring our adversaries. From multilateral exercises to supporting disaster relief in the Philippines, you demonstrated what a Marine Expeditionary Unit can bring to the fight. On the other side of the world, in the Mediterranean, our 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit stood ready with a warfighting Marine Air Ground Task Force on scene.
Just last month, the F-35 Charlie Lightning II saw combat for the first time, launching strikes from the USS Abraham Lincoln against Houthi-controlled territories in Yemen. This demonstrated to the world that once again that the Marine Corps can and will fight from the air, land, and sea.
As we pivot to the next year, our 250th year as a warfighting organization, it will be incumbent upon you as Marines to rededicate yourselves to our culture. Remember why you joined, what you wanted from the Corps, and how you wanted the Corps to change you.
The Commandant and I wish you and your families a happy and safe holiday season. Enjoy the time with your loved ones. But remember, we need all of you back in our formations at the start of the new year.
For those of you forward deployed, thank you for continuing to safeguard our nation and represent our ethos each and every day. When those around the world see a United States Marine, it matters. Happy holidays and Semper Fidelis.
Okay, at least it wasn't gay. Let's see the Navy one now. There one. I mean, oh, there isn't a Navy one. This is the latest thing the Navy has uploaded. What is this?
It's really crazy being on this show where you're looking for your soulmate without having seen them.
What?
Or knowing what branch that they're in. But I really think I may have found the one. So, what are you looking for in a partner?
You know, somebody just really motivated, a real self-starter, wakes up every day ready to get to it.
Well, me too, honestly.
I'm already over it. What the fuck is this shit? I don't know, dude. This was the thing before that they uploaded.
Energy in the room as on.
So Navy musicians exist.
Weird. Okay. A little fucking weird. That's the last thing the official US Navy channel on YouTube uploaded. Okay, this was the thing before that. Let's see how DEI this is from 2 months ago.
For 249 years, the United States Navy has been the most powerful Navy in the world. We have delivered power for peace and have always been postured and ready to fight and win as part of the joint force and alongside our allies and partners. We are the sailors and civilians who have answered our nation's call to serve, and we are proud to operate far forward, around the world and around the clock, from the seabed to space, in cyberspace, and in the information environment, to promote our nation's prosperity and security, to deter aggression, and to provide options to our nation's leaders. We are here to preserve the peace, respond in crisis, and win decisively in war if called. We are America's warfighting Navy.
America has always been a maritime nation. That is as true as it was 249 years ago. Even before our nation's inception, America's warfighting Navy sailed the globe in defense of freedom. The Navy builds partnerships, strengthens allies, and deters adversaries. From seabed to space, the Navy delivers power for peace, always ready to fight and win alongside our allies and partners.
Everything we do here at the United States Naval Academy is in the development of warfighters. Warfighters that can think critically, quickly, and have the tools inside of them to be able to lead with character and with incredible.
It was all good. We were doing so good. And they put this as the face of the warfighter trainer? There's the DEI, folks. What does she weigh, 100 pounds? God dang, she got a lot of medals. Like... Alright, man. Right.
Quickly and have the tools inside of them.
That's who I'm going to learn how to be a warfighter from.
And with incredibly great leadership skills.
Fucking
warfighter, I think about my
stupid.
job. I mean, I work on a warship, and
This guy would be a better fit for it.
I think of warfighter.
Even though he looks like a doofus, kinda. He looks like he belongs in an office chair. You don't look like a warfighter either, man. I need a hat that doesn't look brand new, for one. I don't know, dude. You're not in a dress uniform, so it doesn't have to look so new. Look like you've seen a fucking few rounds.
I think about my job. I mean, I work on a warship, and when the war is brought to us, you know, this ship is ready for it.
But that's another DEI when they put the black dude as another warfighter guy that you're gonna take, like, this is who is a warfighter. This is what a warfighter looks like. But they're trying to get more black people in, and they're trying to get more females to join. And you know why? Because females probably have a harder time getting jobs that pay as well as men, but in the military they pay the same. Black people also having a hard time getting jobs that pay well because, well, they're in the hood, and they're trying to convince them, this is where you need to come. We're going to pay you right. You can get a job right now. They don't need to convince or they're going to have so much of a harder time convincing white people to join, is what I'm thinking. White men to join. Another black dude.
You cannot effectively fight and win wars.
Another black dude. That was 2 in a row, right? That's 3 black dudes in a row right there.
Ready for it. When I think of
Right?
warfighter,
This
I think
guy's a
about my
different
job.
guy.
I mean, I work ready for it.
Then this guy is a different
effectively
guy
fight and win wars
than this guy.
unless
They're
our
all black.
warfighters, our sailors are fully
Now you
focused
you
on
still
the
think
mission.
I'm full of shit?
Our job,
There's another black
remove
person.
barriers, remove burdens.
There was 4 black. That's another colored person.
And commander's intent.
Another colored
Our
person.
ultimate duty is to deter and defend against.
I haven't seen this before.
To do that, we need to have warfighting advantage.
Yeah, we got a white dude
We need
finally.
to be able to beat our adversaries, and they need to know it.
We genuinely care about the
Back
mission.
with the black dude.
We want to help fight for the freedom of the citizens of this
Back
country.
with another black dude.
We love it.
For me, I contribute to the mission.
Back with another
by
ethnic
making
person.
sure the planes land and launch in a safe and expeditious way every day and every night.
Like I tell my guys all the time, we don't get a chance
And another
to
one.
practice for it. Every time we go out there, it's live. So
So either we doing an exercise or we get ready to go on a combat deployment like we're finna do here in a couple weeks. We ready to go.
It's
our sailors. That's the secret weapon we got. I don't think that the American public
Let's go to eat some more food somewhere, man.
that our sailors make on these
I knew you were still back there.
The sacrifices that they make day in and day out.
Those
That
talks,
was
I
a
think.
pretty historic event for
You would
me
eat?
to be the commander of Carrier Strike Group 2 for our epic 9-month deployment. We had no vision when we left how much combat we were going to be exposed to. We shot all variants of weapons from our ships at sea and obviously from our aircraft above. And we did that with ruthless precision. The ships and the crews, they were able to take out those threats and basically protect not only the ship, but protect each one of the ships.
This was before they shot down our own.
Essentially, whatever the enemy could throw at us, we were able to adapt and overcome.
Our founding was based on the fundamentals of freedom of navigation and protected sea lines of communication. Fast forward 249 years later, we were actually involved in the operations that protected those sea lines of communication in the Red Sea.
I believe that our sailors are what makes our Navy strong.
They
are the warfighters behind everything, and they are able to dynamically think in critical situations and are able to think outside of the box and create these tactical solutions in those environments.
I think the Navy is ready
More
for
women,
future
yes,
threats.
more
we
women.
are constantly training, practicing scenarios.
That's what we need.
One of our biggest strengths
Military
that we rely
on board
on.
ship. More females on the ship to distract the
We're actively
fellas.
training recruits all the time. They're getting some of the best training in the world at A schools and C schools, and our technology just keeps advancing all the time. So I think the Navy is 100% ready to take on any threat.
Our Navy is the strongest fighting force because of our ability to adapt. The world is rapidly changing, but the Navy continues to find innovative methods to sustain superior warfighting excellence.
Well, currently I'm a recruit division commander, and our primary goal to support the mission is to
That reminds me of when I was in boot camp, dude. They had us with laser guns too. It was silly as shit. It was a AR-15, right? I believe it was AR-15. But it had 22 rounds in it, so it had a little bit of a kick, but it was stupid. Like, it was like, pew, pew, pew. We didn't even get to shoot the real guns, and it was a laser. It would keep track of our scores. It was so that they didn't have to keep track of the paper targets and keep track of the scoring of it, because that takes a long time in comparison to it being automatically triggered. But still, dude, we didn't even get practice with the actual right caliber of it. I was a little bummed on that, dude. Like, I was kind of stoked on shooting like military grade guns at boot camp, but nope.
Trained physically fit sailors to the fleet.
I'm really proud to be a part of America's
That was
Navy
probably
today
even worse.
because we are at the cutting edge of all of the new technologies and capabilities on board our warships. We are ready to fight, and we are ready to win.
Over the last 249 years, the United States Navy has become the most powerful maritime force on Earth. We operate forward, protecting our nation's interests, defending the rules-based international order, and promoting peace.
We have a rich legacy of warfighting
This
excellence
lady,
made possible by
Biden
you,
appointed.
our warfighters. Each of you, our active and reserve sailors and our Navy
She's like the
civilians,
second or
play
third
a
in
critical
charge in the
role
Navy.
in America's warfighting Navy. You are our true secret weapon.
The strength of our Navy lies in our people, our sailors, civilians, and their families. Your dedication, sacrifice, and commitment is why America's Navy remains a beacon of hope for so many around the world.
This year, our Navy displayed its power as a global force. from deterring Houthi aggression in the Middle East,
wait, who is that
to
guy
strengthening
again?
alliances in the Baltics, to building partnerships and trust in the Indo-Pacific and South America.
Our #1 job is deterrence, but we should always be ready to fight and win should that deterrence fail. And this year, we have demonstrated that naval power is and will continue to be an essential element of our national security. And I know, moving forward, that we will continue to defend the rule of law, the freedom of the seas, and the American way of life.
We are honored to serve alongside you.
Like, do you see how few medals this guy has compared to that lady? Did he say he was a Master Chief? Or is he only showing it? Like I think he's only showing his top ribbons, his top 3. Possibly. Gotta be.
Honored to serve alongside you, witnessing your courage and your unwavering commitment to the mission.
And we could not be more proud of our Navy team and what you do.
Yeah, he was a
every single
Master
day.
Chief. That had to have been just his top
I look forward
3.
to celebrating our 250th
He's
birthday
showing her
with
top
you
3
next year.
This decisive moment demands the effort, focus, and resolve shown since the birth of our Navy. And I thank you
Who
for
is this
answering
guy?
the call to service to our great nation. So from all of us to you, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, that was right.
Happy birthday.
To our great nation. So from all of us to you, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yo, Trump though is gonna get the 250th anniversary, so maybe their video is gonna be like super awesome next year. All those are, dude. The Marines went all out with theirs, dude. It's freaking 10 minutes long almost. Oh, he did. Maybe join up, Ted. I need you. I don't know what to do for Tux, man. I'll go see if he's in the backyard just to see. Yeah, he's in his spot. It's cold too. Poor guy. $54 degrees, 56 degrees still. It's pretty chilly. It's not freezing, but it's kind of damp because it's foggy. There's a mist. It's only going to get up to 61 today too. You wish you didn't have to hang out here all day. Fuck, man. He had somewhere else to go, so I didn't have this burden. That's selfish, isn't it? I feel like his fucking owners kicked him out and it's pissing me off, dude. Like, he had somewhere. They put this on me. Fucking assholes. Where's the other tug sleep? Man, do you think I should put an AirPod on him, track him, see where he's going? Yeah, if it were getting that cold here, I would definitely have to get him a shelter or something. Keep him warm, but like, it's not really getting cold enough to do any real harm to him. Hopefully. I mean, hopefully he's in good enough health. Like, if he's in good health, he should be alright. If he's got, like, a viral infection or something, it could be getting too cold. A bacterial infection. He's in his spot. I don't think he would anywhere else to eat, though.
Flights are now resuming after a nationwide ground stop. The airline's attributing the halt to a technical issue, and it came at one of the worst possible times. ABC News transportation reporter Sam Sweeney has the latest on that. Sam, I know the ground stop was lifted in just the last hour.
What it's like right now traveling?
Christmas seems one of the busiest travel days of the year.
Shit,
so
it was on nationwide.
This morning was a mess, Diane. Just before 7 o'clock this morning, American Airlines contacting the FAA, telling them they needed a nationwide ground stop across the country. All flights halted. What we know right now is that this was some sort of a computer or a technical issue.
Oh, just American Airlines.
Leaves the gate, there is a packet of paperwork that is handed to the pilot, and it has all the performance information, meaning fuel, weight and balance, passengers, any alerts that pilots need to know about before they leave, and they were unable to get that data to those aircraft. And until they had it fixed, they had to halt all of their flights across the country. The good news is this only lasted about an hour, so no cancellations as of yet, but there will be a ripple effect of delays. The good news is when it's an entire airline across the entire country, it's better for those connecting passengers because all flights are delayed, so they will just run about an hour behind for much of the day, and all of those passengers, or I should say most of those passengers, will make it to their holiday destination before Christmas.
Now, Sam, what are the airline officials saying about how this happened and the larger impact?
Yeah, it's unclear right now how this computer issue happened. They're working to figure it out. Of course, they want to figure out how it happened, why it happened, and then
The Chinese did it. Do-dee-doo-doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Whoa. That's happening.
O chiave di Davide, che apri le porte del regno dei cieli, vieni e libera l'uomo prigioniero che giace nelle tenebre.
Yeah, God loves all this gold shit. God is like, make it golder, motherfuckers. Make it golder for me, because I'm your daddy.
O astro che sorgi, splendore della luce eterna, sole di giustizia, vieni, illumina chi giace nelle tenebre e nell'ombra di morte.
The way he said that to me, I think are you coming on to me? Yeah. Where are the boys that are getting molested? Is it happening right now, or is it after the show? Does the Pope get some of that action?
O Re delle genti e pietra angolare della
Is he
Chiesa,
right there in the middle?
vieni
Hold up.
e
I think I
salva
saw him.
l'uomo che hai formato dalla terra.
He's in the middle with the white gown on, I think. Where's all this shit? Is that Jesus? So Catholics actually believe in Jesus, but they don't believe that he was the Son of God. Is that it? All this shit's weird.
O Emanuela, Dio con noi, attesa dei popoli.
Anybody know anybody Catholic here?
loro
They probably left
liberatore.
already as soon as I said
Vieni a
anything bad.
salvarci con la tua presenza.
Yo, it's very ethnic in there. Wow. Interesting. Is it zoomed into the black section or what?
Con la nascita del Salvatore si compie l'attesa delle
Yo,
genti.
you know these dudes right here? Hold up.
Ascoltiamo ora l'annuncio di gioia che nel silenzio con la
There he
nascita
is.
del Salvatore.
This dude right here, he's like a guard. These dudes are like trained to kick ass or something. They just wear a clown outfit though. This guy is there to protect everybody. If you didn't know that, now you know.
Salvatore si compie l'attesa delle genti.
True.
Ascoltiamo ora l'annuncio di
And
gioia
they like
che nel
want to wear
silenzio
that
della
outfit.
notte realizza la speranza del mondo.
Because everybody there knows that they're the badasses. They're like the royal guard or something.
Ascoltate la parola del Signore dal Vangelo secondo
Okay, so they
Matteo.
believe that Jesus was special, even
Così
at
fu
birth.
generato Gesù Cristo.
I'm looking into this.
Sua madre Maria, essendo promessa
How?
sposa di Giuseppe, prima che andassero a vivere insieme, si trovò incinta per opera
Oh,
dello
they do view him
Spirito
as the Son of the
Santo.
God. But the
Giuseppe,
second
suo
person
sposo,
of the Holy Trinity
poiché
and
era un
Savior of
uomo
the world.
giusto e non voleva
Catholics believe that
accusarla
Jesus is both
pubblicamente,
fully human and fully
pensò
divine,
di ripudiarla in segreto.
a concept known as incarnation.
Mentre però stava
This means
considerando
that
queste
Jesus is
cose,
one person with two natures.
gli apparve in sogno un angelo del Signore
Catholics believe that
e gli
Jesus was
disse:
sent to earth to reveal God's
Giuseppe,
plan to save humanity
figlio
from
di
sin
Davide,
and bring everlasting
non
life.
temere di prendere con te Maria
A
tua
personal
sposa.
relationship with Jesus is central to the Catholic faith.
Il bambino che è
Catholics
generato
believe
in
that
lei
Jesus rose again
viene
from the
dallo
dead
Spirito
on the third day.
Ella darà alla luce un figlio e tu lo chiamerai Gesù.
Jesus was conceived by the Holy Spirit and born of Virgin Mary in Bethlehem. Jesus suffered temptations but did not sin. Jesus
Tutto
is
questo
the
è
Messiah,
avvenuto
God's
perché
anointed
si
one.
compisse ciò che
That's
era
what
stato
Catholics
detto
believe.
dal Signore per mezzo del profeta. Ecco, La Vergine concepirà e darà alla luce un figlio. A lui sarà dato il nome di Emanuele,
Ted,
che
enjoy your day,
significa
man.
Dio con
Safe out
noi.
there. It's dangerous on Christmas Eve.
Quando si destò dal
Heathens
sonno,
everywhere.
Giuseppe fece come gli aveva ordinato l'angelo del Signore e prese con sé la sua sposa.
Il se dressera.
Oh, that's where they're at. It's open. What? How's that? How is it open? What's the outside? Is that the people that couldn't get in? Maybe.
Profezia de
Is there? Where's the Pope at? Well, he hasn't came in yet. These are the boys that get touched. That's my understanding. The choir boys, right? Isn't that what they say? So, R.I.P. man. Oh, it was worth it. There's a certain percentage of them that do. It's the cute one. The one the Pope thinks is the cutest. He is the anointed one. He's gonna be one of us. Yeah. It says he's discharged from the hospital now, Bill Clinton. Wademic.
Damper on the holidays like being sick, right? And right now, doctors are warning about a new quadruple health threat. We've got the flu, COVID-19, RSV, and norovirus. And it's got a daunting name to go along with it, the quademic. To best protect yourself, you know the drill. Doctors say if you have not done so already, get your COVID and flu vaccines. There's also a shot for RSV for people 75 and older and with certain health conditions. And when it comes to norovirus, sadly, there is no vaccine, so practice good hygiene, lots and lots of hand washing. Dr. Dana Hawkinson is here, Medical Director of Infection and Prevention at the University of Kansas Health System. Welcome to you, Doctor, as always, and happy holidays. We want it to be a healthy one. Are you seeing pockets or hearing about pockets of these illnesses across the country that we need to worry about?
Respiratory.
Yeah, hi, Monty. Thank you so much. Merry
virus.
Christmas to you. Yeah, we know that in certain areas of the country, they may have more activity of these viruses than others. Unfortunately, what we have seen recently in the
respiratory syncytial virus
increases in the rates of influenza infection throughout the country, as well as COVID, which had been low after the summer peak. Now it is starting to increase as well. And for norovirus, we're really looking at some of those more less confluent areas. So not all over the nation, but certainly certain areas or certain communities can be hit a little bit harder than others with the norovirus.
I'm usually really diligent about getting my flu shot, and this year it just, to be honest, it slipped my mind. I usually get it in like October, November. Is it too late to get it or still a good time?
Shut up. You're just trying to convince people to get it.
Absolutely not too late. It's still a good time to go get it.
You know what I'm saying?
You want 10 to 14.
Did you see, dude, they're really fucking smart at how they do this type of shit. See, people will trust this newscaster, right? She's a flu shot salesman. Oh, she hasn't gotten it either, and she wants to get it. Oh, but it's not too late. I haven't gotten mine either because I didn't think I wanted to get one, but she wants to get one, and she might not even get it. They might have paid her to say that shit. I can't trust it. Sorry, that's a cynicism. Like anybody that starts coming at me with flu vax shit, because I don't get it and I don't get a flu. You just gotta be careful. I mean, if you work around elderly people or you Like work around kids also, because they're contagious as shit. These little motherfuckers. I saw a kid at Costco today, and it sounded like wet. The mommy was like putting her hand in front of his mouth, and I'm thinking, where's mom's hand about to go? The cart, the items. You're gonna wash that off with alcohol before you start touching things? Probably not. It's the same thing. You might as well let your kid cough on everything. Ay. Stay away from the kids, man.
Days to really build up the immunity after vaccination. We know that
he was sitting up in the cart too, so he was like up at like more chest level area, eye level. He might have gotten me.
Obviously, influenza rates are increasing, as we said, but you still have time to go get it. It will still offer protection, so would advise everybody who has not gotten their vaccine yet for influenza, which uptake around the nation is about 40%, to go get the influenza
40%
vaccine
of people
and
get it.
The updated COVID vaccine as well if you have not. And I think uptake around the nation is about 20%.
Okay, and remind us
Wait,
about RSV.
Only 20% of the country is getting the COVID vaccine now.
And get the updated COVID vaccine as well if you have not. And I think uptake for that around the nation is about 20%.
Okay. And
that's so little, dude.
remind us about RSV and who's most at risk and what those
We
symptoms
won.
are.
Yeah, RSV is another one of those respiratory viruses, as we are now in respiratory viral season. It affects the very young, so especially those people or those children that are 1 year or less, and the elderly, so really above 60 and older. And you mentioned certainly it is recommended for everybody 75 and older. There is a consideration with shared decision making with your medical team or your physician if you're 60 and over. I would certainly advise really anybody 60 and over should be able to get it. The first RSV vaccines came out last year. Right now, there is only a recommendation for one. So if you received it last year, you do not need to get a updated
Dude,
vaccine.
60 years old isn't that long away from me.
It, please
I
go
guess
get
thinking
RSV.
about it, that's kind of crazy.
The RSV vaccine, it can cause significant respiratory problems.
That's elderly?
Lower respiratory tract, meaning in the lungs,
elderly, if I'm making
pneumonia,
that?
which can significantly lead to health problems, having to seek medical treatment or even hospitalization.
Finally, the norovirus, you mentioned this, but there is no vaccine for that. And if
Freaking
you
out,
get it,
man.
heaven forbid, it is rotten. At what point do you need to go seek medical care? You can no longer tough it out at home.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. Most people can get through it in 2 to 3 days. If you are going longer than that, or you are having more of the nausea, the vomiting, and the diarrhea, which leads to dehydration, and that's what a lot of people get in trouble with. If you're having significant issues with that, know your body, understand how long you've been sick and how you're feeling, and seek medical attention at that point in time.
All right, for a healthy holiday, clean hands or happy hands, wash often. Dr. Dana Hawkinson, Merry Christmas to you, and thanks for stopping by. Thank you for
Hey man, and sneeze and cough inside of your shirt when out in public. Not into your hand. Don't. Just don't. Whoa, look at these fuckers.
Through the holy door is a sign of the pilgrimage, signifies the experience of the indulgence associated with the holy year.
They look silly.
A big part, of course, of the Jubilee is the plenary indulgence and the other indulgences that are associated with making a pilgrimage to Rome.
Oh. Okay.
Indulgences,
taking a lesson
one
here.
will remember from one's catechism, are the remission of the temporal effects of sin for sins that have been forgiven in the sacrament of confession. So very briefly, when we commit a sin, there is the guilt of the sin, which is and must be forgiven in the sacrament of confession for mortal sins. But there are also the consequences of that sin which must be repaired. And the spiritual consequences of that sin are remitted through the granting of indulgences under certain conditions. And in holy years, there are very numerous indulgences, mostly associated with making the pilgrimage to Rome and to the papal basilicas here in the Eternal City.
Is he translating what they're saying? I don't know. Maybe.
If you're familiar with history, you'll remember that the question of indulgences is somewhat complicated and has been the occasion in the past of no little amount of controversy. I do invite you to
They're probably in there just saying some old shit.
Speak with your priest or your bishop and ask about indulgences. Ask about the indulgences that you can receive during the holy year. Those are available not only to those who come to Rome, but also to those who
they do every year
spiritually in the Jubilee.
I went to a mass once, and that's all it was. It's a kneeling, get back up, get back down, kneel.
And of course, you can always visit
the dude with the smoke thing going up and down the aisle.
Catechism of
it was interesting. I think it was actually Christmas Mass I went to. Actually, yeah.
The Vatican
website. I was a kid.
Where you can find the full text.
I went with a bunch of. I went with the program
and learn more about indulgences. So we do invite you to learn about indulgences and certainly to take part as fully as possible in the Jubilee.
It was an interesting experience, but it wasn't something I wanted to do ever again.
Possible. Indulgences,
of
course, can be applied to the temporal punishment due to our own sins. It can also be applied to the temporal punishment due to due to the holy souls in purgatory, those who have departed this life.
That's weird. Why would you even want to wear that ever? Those people are like, man, I hope one day I get to wear that.
It would be a great opportunity to gain indulgences for ourselves and
for our loved
ones and others in purgatory. So once again, I invite you to speak with
purgatory. They believe in purgatory.
Check out the Catechism of the Catholic Church. Learn all you can, and
we're like
take
stuck
every
in
opportunity
between
to gain the indulgences as we participate in this holy
There he is, folks, the man of the hour.
Our Holy Father is now being brought.
Looking sexy as ever.
The holy door.
Do his legs not work anymore?
On the right side
Jesus
of the portico of St. Peter's Basilica.
Fix his legs, damn it.
Where a modest throne has been set up for him.
What the deal, dude?
He will now ceremonially throw open the door. He'll now ceremonially throw open the holy door.
They come running in like zombies.
To mark the solemn inauguration and commencement of Jubilee 2025.
Sweet, they did that. But they are zombies. We don't know what's really going on here.
A Psalm 121 with the antiphon.
They don't know that they're zombies yet.
Let us go
they're going to find out in a minute.
House of the Lord.
I'm rushing in there when they open that fucking door.
Ibimus.
For the sorcery.
And whether you're listening on radio or other audio means of transmission or via the video feed, a very warm welcome once and all. The actual rite of the opening of the holy door is scheduled to begin right at 7 p.m. So just a few moments more before that ceremony begins. Our Holy Father has just arrived. And with him at the holy door outside of the main body of St. Peter's Basilica are cardinals, bishops, civil leaders, and representatives of the whole people of God, of every age and state of life, men and women, of course.
Let's do this.
And they will be witnesses to the ceremony, and with Pope Francis at their head.
This is what's so boring about it. Everything takes so long in between.
Door.
Like, what the hell? I gotta wait for you guys to slowly walk to the other side of the big ass room.
The city of Rome.
All symbolic, I guess. See, this is kind of cool. Where's the band at? See the freaking orchestra, man. Where they at? You just gotta try to sit down. Sir, let me put your holy blanket around you. Oh, it's like a... They all wear this big ass blanket around them. See, this is what misses me, dude. I can get down with their belief system a little bit, but all this stupid shit that they do, can't get down with the red hat, this weird gold shit they're wearing. Like, where is God? What makes them think that this is what God wants? And it wouldn't, like, I wouldn't have much of an argument if they weren't so known for molesting kids. And these outfits, what the hell are they wearing? What is that, a skirt? Embarrassing. They're proud of their skirts. Okay, so this is one of these warriors. He's probably trained to kill somebody with that thing, even though it looks like it was made in the backyard. That looks cheaper than that sword that dude was showing us earlier. I think it would break if you tried to hit somebody with it. What the fuck? Yo, you don't interrupt. Who taps on the back? He's got to do his wandy thing. What do you mean? I've never seen anybody tap on the back of a orchestra. What is it called? What's the main guy in an orchestra called? Conductor? Don't touch the conductor. It's working. Fear and shame. Well, that too. Well, yeah, because they have to tell their sins. Why are they driven by fear?
In nomine Patris
What are they scared of?
Spiritus Sancti.
Not getting to heaven?
Deus Pei, che omni gaudio et pace, in credendo replet nos,
with all joy
in tutti Spiritus Sancti, sic cum omnium vobis. Fratelli e sorelle, nel Natale del Signore, luce da luce, speranza inestinguibile, ci prepariamo a varcare con fede la porta santa. I passi del nostro cammino sono i passi di tutta la Chiesa, pellegrina nel mondo e testimone di pace. Ancorati a Cristo, roccia della
Holding
nostra
fast
salvezza,
Christ, the rock of our
illuminati della sua
salvation,
parola e
enlightened by
rinvigoriti
His
della sua
word
grazia,
and renewed by His
attraversiamo
grace.
la soglia
May
di
we
questo
cross the
Tempio
threshold
santo
of this holy temple,
ed entriamo nel
so
tempio della
enter into a
misericordia
season of
e
mercy
nel
and
tempo del
forgiveness,
perdono, perché a
which
ogni
every
uomo
man and
e a
woman
ogni
may
donna
encounter and
sia
embrace the path of
dischiusa
hope,
la
which
via
does
della
not
speranza
disappoint.
che non delude.
The prayer,
Oremos.
let us pray.
Christe stella splendida mattutina,
O
incarnatio infinite
Christ, the bright
caritatis,
star of the morning,
invocata sempre et
incarnation of
spectata
infinite love,
salus,
long
spes
awaited
unica
salvation,
mundi,
sole hope
corda
of the world,
nostra, lumine tua
illumine our
caritatis
hearts with your
illustra.
radiant splendor.
O
In the
tempore
season of
gratia
grace
e
and
reconciliationis
reconciliation,
nobis, ad
grant that
sola
we may put our
misericordiam
trust
tua,
in your mercy
animus
alone, and
convertentibus,
discover once
viam
more the way
quia
that leads
patrem
to the Father.
ducti
Open
reperire
our hearts to the
concede.
working of the Holy Spirit,
Presta
that He may
quesumus,
soften the
ut tua
hardness
operante
of our
virtute,
hearts,
afflanti
that enemies
spiritui
may speak to
obsequamus,
each other again,
recordium, ita
adversaries
flecti
may join
durian,
hands,
et
and
ut
peoples
inimici
seek to meet
in
together.
colloquia venie. Adversari manu conjungan, populi in concordia
They're holding their
conveniant.
hands differently.
Da ecclesia,
This guy, is he special?
fidelmente ardiniat,
and may
et
shine
spediat
forth as a
regnet
vivid
fugiat
sign of the blessed
sacramentum,
hope of
qui
your
vivis et
kingdom,
regna in saecula
live and
saeculorum.
reign forever and ever.
Thinks he's special because he's the page
We
turner.
now
He
have
does a
the gospel
different
proclamation
handstance.
before the proclamation of the gospel.
Well, what does that handstance
Gospel
mean?
proclamation. I am the door, says the Lord. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved. The Gospel of St. John.
Oh yes, you must hold the book up. The Bible. I want to see a blooper happen. Do they ever blooper? Like somebody trip with their candlestick? Yo, he getting high. What's he doing? Little for you? Little for me? He getting high as shit today, boys. Yeah, y'all brought that good shit, I see. That's good. You got good now. Yeah, dude. Give that to the people. Sir, I think you give me a little too much. Those boys sing like girls. Speaking of which, where are the girls? Is that why they sing like girls? Oh, because there's not choir girls in the Catholics, are there? That's why they don't molest girls. Makes sense now. What the fuck? Why don't they have choir girls? Oh, because they don't have females in any kind of position at all, huh? Well, that's a little sexist, isn't it? Very interesting. Why don't they have any women roles?
Dominus vobiscum. Lectio Sancti Evangelii.
But they have gay roles. They have gay people in some Catholic positions. What is going on, dude? I don't get it. Oh my god. Alright. Dude, it's making me sleepy. I'm not even there. If I was there, I'd be knocked out already, especially with him walking past with the ganja tin. Ganja pot.
In illo tempore Dixit Jesus. Amen.
Is that supposed to represent like the Holy Spirit in the area with them? So if you could smell it, he's there amongst us.
Omnes quod venerunt ante me,
Knives, hot knife dabs.
et latrones, sed non audierunt eos obe.
They all gotta be stoned as shit. Who wears that?
Sum ostium per me, si quis introierit salvabitur, et ingredietur.
None of their singers have any bass in their voices either. They all sing like this. You want to ever hear like a Catholic singer? Why is that? Why do they have to sound like kids, even when they're men? That's their affinity for young boys. It lasts forever. They want to hear youngness and everything. Literally sounds like they're females singing in the background, but they're a nun.
At that time, Jesus said, "Truly, truly, I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he shall be saved, and will go in and out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly." The Gospel reading from the Gospel of St. John. And the Holy Father venerates the Book of the Gospels and is now moving to open the Holy Door with the dialogue between the Schola
This is so stupid.
in Latin, after which the dialogue concludes, "Open to me the gates of righteousness, and I will enter and thank the Lord." At which point the Holy Father will open the Holy Door in silence and remain for a few moments in prayer, while the bells of St. Peter's Basilica are sounded in joy at the opening of the Holy Year 2025.
Oh, so it's like some sort of fiscal year for holiness. So their year starts today in the Vatican. $2 a.m. Get some burgers, Luke. Can't you do that in Australia? Y'all are like mostly men there, aren't you? Oh, but it's Christmas. I forgot. Maybe you can't. Yeah, that could be a problem though. But it's Australia, so maybe you can. Maybe you can find an Aborigine burger place. They don't celebrate Christmas, do they?
The actual opening of the Holy Door, we do pause for a few moments.
Who hates it when I talk about Aborigines for some reason?
The Holy Gospel, which we have just heard.
Dude, I wish I had a power outlet in the backyard. I could have a little heated cat thing for Tux. There's no outlet.
Once again, a very warm welcome to all those
still back there cold
in around the world, including those joining us through our various partner stations, including EWTN TV, Catholic TV, Catholic Faith Network, Radio Maria Philippines, Shalom World Television Networks USA, Relevant Radio, Sirius XM.
What are we waiting for here?
Catholic Channel,
to get done with the song?
Maria Lithuania, Admadarshan TV, and Luminous Radio, both from India, and UCTV, Uganda Catholic Television. We have just heard the proclamation of the Gospel from the Gospel of St. John, where our Lord proclaims, I am the door of the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved, and will go in and out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly.
Have a little shelter.
The words of the Holy Gospel preceding the solemn opening.
There's some pre-made ones on Amazon.
The Holy Door for Jubilee 2025. The Holy Door with scenes from
they just hurry up and open this door. Waiting on the door opening.
Marking the themes of the history of salvation, which we call the economy of salvation, God's saving plan for all of humanity, which he had prepared eternally. And now the Holy Father is brought in his wheelchair to the Holy Door. Between the Schola and the people, the Holy Father approaches the Holy Door and knocks upon the Holy Door, which is opened to him. And our Holy Father, Pope Francis, pauses briefly. With the Holy Doors open before him, he will become the first to enter the Holy Door for Jubilee 2025, and he pauses for a moment in prayer at the threshold of the Basilica of St. Peter. As the bells ring out in joy at the opening of Jubilee 2025. After a brief prayer, the Holy Father is wheeled into St. Peter's Basilica, crossing the threshold of the Holy Door, passing before the Pietà, the very famous statue of our Blessed Mother holding the body of the crucified Christ. And the Pope, at at the head of a procession through the Holy Door, the procession of servers for the Mass, the
Mass buffet
of the Gospels, and followed
nice bells,
by
baby. Ain't nothing my bell.
celebrants, the priests, the bishops, the cardinals, who will be celebrating this Mass with the Holy Father, and then representatives of the whole Church of God, including civic leaders from Italy, as well as members of the faith from every state of life. And in fact, following the ministers for the Mass and ahead of the celebrants, we do have representatives of the whole Church of God, men and women, young and old.
Who's in the front though? Come on.
Representing every nation and continent, entering the Basilica of St. Peter.
That's America.
The Holy Father symbolically at their head as the whole Church begins this pilgrimage.
America's definitely got a tranny this year, so last year they can get one in. So if you see a tranny, what's up?
The hymn for Jubilee year 2025, Pilgrims of Hope.
Biden appointed. Who picks who represents us at the Vatican? And we got these guys about to Shalakazam a motherfucker. Oh, Simon, this is time. Here. Oh, come here.
Representatives of the lay faithful are followed by the bishops and cardinals who will be celebrating this Holy Mass during the night for Christmas, the solemnity of the Nativity of our Lord Jesus Christ. Many of the pilgrims, in fact, all pilgrims who pass through this holy door throughout this Jubilee year, pause briefly to touch the doors as they enter into St. Peter's Basilica. just joining us, the Holy Year, Jubilee 2025, has officially commenced with the opening of the Holy Door of St. Peter's Basilica by Pope Francis. Our Holy Father himself led the procession, entering through the Holy Door. First, Pope Francis, followed by representatives of the faithful, men and women, people from around the world representing every continent and every nation, followed by the celebrants of this evening's Mass, and they are continuing to make their way through the central aisle of St. Peter's Basilica. For those of you watching on video, you can see canons, religious in the procession. In a few moments, we will be hearing the solemn announcement, the Christmas proclamation, the announcement of the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Is it roll? It's awesome. Dude, Lux is still back there, cold. He looks at me every time I open the door.
Procession completed, we will now hear the Christmas proclamation, the solemn proclamation of the birth of the Savior, known by its title, the Calenda.
Octavo calendas Januari, quarta et vicesima. In numeris transactis seculis a creatione mundi, quando in principio Deus creavit celum et terram, et hominem formavit ad imaginem suam. Per multis etiam seculis, ex quo post diluvium altissimus in nubibus arcum posuerat.
It's interesting that there are female Catholics.
Federis et pacis. Am migratione Abrae, patris nostri in fide, deur caldeorum, seculo vigesimo primo, ab egressu populi Israel de Egypto, Moise duce, seculo decimo te.
Why isn't there a solar-powered cat house?
Abunctione David in regem, anno circiter millesimo, hebdomada sexagesima quinta, iuxta Danielis profetiam, impia decentesima nona.
They're all brainwashed at a young age, like into a cult.
Anno septingentisimo quinquagesimo
Like a cult. Remember the Christian Crusaders Catholic?
Caesaris Octaviani Augusti quadragesimo secundo toto orbe in pace composito.
Are we Christian, right?
Jesus Christus eternus Deus eternique Patris Filius mundum volens adventus suo.
Yes, the Crusades were a series of religious wars initiated by the Roman Catholic Church. There you go.
Novemque post conceptionem decursis mensibus in Bethlehem Judaea.
They were. The Christian Crusaders were Catholic.
Ex Maria Virgine factus homo nativitas Domini nostri Jesu Christi.
How did they end up losing?
Secundum
They couldn't kill enough Muslims, apparently.
The solemn Christmas proclamation of the birth of our Savior, proclaimed in Latin, the language of the Latin Church, and in a certain sense, a universal language not tied to
Like getting high again?
particular nation or people.
Bo right in the dope, Pope.
Current or contemporary, and so it has a certain universal or international character. And as we sing a hymn on that proclamation, we have children presenting flowers to the figurine of the baby Jesus, which is set up in front of the book of the Gospels, currently covered with a veil, which will be revealed in just a moment. Jesus is unveiled, and we have children from around the world representing various nations and peoples from throughout the Universal Church presenting attributed flowers to baby Jesus, represented by the statue in front of the altar in St. Peter's Basilica. Again, we just heard the proclamation of the birth of the Savior. 25th of December, the 24th day of the lunar month. The proclamation continues. Innumerable ages.
What's happening?
This is the creation of the world. When in the beginning God created heaven and earth and formed man in his own image. Many centuries after the flood, when the Most High placed
But Jesus didn't even know Asia existed.
sign of the covenant
You?
of peace.
Do you know?
Generation of Abraham, our father of faith, from
I'm looking into it.
Exodus of the people of Israel out of Egypt, led by Moses, 13 centuries. From the anointing of David as king, 1,000 years. In the 65th week, according to Daniel's prophecy, in the year of the 194th Olympiad, from the founding of the city of Rome, 752 years. In the reign of Caesar Octavian Augustus, the 42nd year.
Why isn't it mentioned?
Being at peace. Jesus Christ, eternal God, the eternal Father's Son, being pleased by his coming to consecrate the world, by the Holy Spirit conceived, 9 months having passed since his conception, in Bethlehem of Judah, was born of the Virgin Mary and became man.
What do you know about America?
Of our Lord Jesus Christ, according to the flesh. Nativitas Domini Nostri Jesu Christi, secundum carnem.
According to the Book of Mormon, Jesus visited the Americas after his resurrection. You didn't know that. Yo, pass the ball, Brohound. I smoked them out too. What the hell is that supposed to do? Get all that shit out. Now it's more holy. Now it's ready. There are people that think this is a beautiful thing. I think it's so beautiful. Oh, beautiful. I don't get it. I don't get that. It's weird. It's just weird. Looks like a cult.
Fatality.
I feel lost.
And following the proclamation of the birth of Christ, we now have the entrance antiphon.
Why do they need this?
The Gloria.
Why do they need this big ass golden adorned building hang out in to give thanks to God? Jesus specifically said he doesn't like this shit. Are they stupid? They seem a little stupid. They're not listening. Jesus would have much rather all this went towards helping others Full stop. All the money within this, all the effort that these people put into looking fancy for this shit. You'd be ashamed of, probably. You'd be ashamed that he caused this shit to happen rather than them helping others. The message didn't fucking get through, did it, bud? Are still worshiping themselves. Y'all gotta dress a certain way, be a certain thing to get the respect of our mankind. That's all it's really doing. Get the respect of other people. I got the special hat now. Did you see that, Cletus? Oh, huge building here. And these Catholic fucking charities are flooding our country with undocumented migrants. Also, that's what they're... Isn't that rich, dude? That's how they're helping out the homeless. They're flooding them into our country. They're facilitating it at the taxpayers' expense, mind you. Like, they're paying these NGOs. Catholic charities. Wasn't that one of them? Yeah. They're working with Soros. Is he Catholic?
Who the fuck pays for this? Do I have to talk to the police department? How does this work?
Talk to George Soros. He's the one that started all of this bullshit. George Soros.
Or he's Jewish. He's Jewish. He has given away $32 billion of his personal fortune to fund the Open Societies Foundation. Hungarian American.
Oremos.
Let us pray.
Deus, che an sanctissima noctem, veri luminis fecisti, illustratione clarescere. Da quesumus, ut cuius in terra mysteria lucis agnovimus, eius quoque gautis perfluamur in cielo. Qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Spiritus Sancti Deus, per omnia saecula saeculorum.
O God, who have made this most sacred night radiant with the splendor of the true light, grant, we pray, that we who have known the mysteries of his light on earth may also delight in his gladness in heaven. The first reading will be proclaimed in Spanish and is taken from the book of the prophet Isaiah.
It said he did help kickstart America's medical marijuana movement. That's kind of cool.
Lectura del libro de Isaías. El pueblo que caminaba en tinieblas vio una luz grande. Habitaba en tierra y sombras de muerte, y una luz les brilló. Acreciste la alegría, aumentaste el gozo. Se gozan en tu presencia, como gozan al cegar, como se alegran al repartirse el botín, porque la vara del opresor, el yugo de su carga, el bastón de su hombro, los quebrantaste como el día de Madián. Porque la bota que pisa con estrépito y la túnica empapada de sangre serán combustible, pasto del fuego. Porque un niño nos ha nacido, un hijo se nos ha dado. Lleva a hombros el principado, y es su nombre maravilla de consejero, Dios fuerte, Padre de eternidad, Príncipe de la paz, para dilatar el principado con una paz sin límites sobre el trono de David y sobre su reino, para sostenerlo y consolidarlo con la justicia y el derecho, desde ahora y por siempre. El celo del Señor del universo lo realizará.
From this time forth and forevermore, the zeal of the Lord of hosts will do this.
Dude, Jesus didn't know of the Americas. He didn't know we existed out here. How did he not know that? He was the Son of God. What? Now I'm a little blown away. I thought about that. So Jesus wasn't all-knowing? How can he be the same as God but not be all-knowing? Wouldn't he have talked to people? Hey man, you know there's other people on this planet all over it. No mention of that. All he cared about was the people in his little group. Judea. Then it says right here, Jesus' ministry was in Judea, so there was very little mention of other nations. Plus, the entire New Testament was written by Christian Jews, which at the time didn't have words for lands beyond the Strait of Gibraltar. Had Jesus mentioned the American continents, no one would have understood what he was talking about. It says, according to most Christian interpretations, while Jesus is considered all-knowing as part of the divine nature, during his earthly life he operated within the limitations of human knowledge, meaning he wouldn't have been aware of the Americas because they were completely unknown to the people of his time in the Middle East. There was no way for them to travel or communicate with that continent, making it irrelevant to his teachings and ministry. Right, he's all-knowing, but he's limited to what he... What kind of sense does that make? He's all-knowing, but he's limited to what a human can know. But he's limited to what his neighbors can know. Okay, they're starting to Get me the beer off even more here.
Davanti al Signore che viene, sì, egli viene a giudicare la terra, giudicherà il mondo con giustizia.
Where's the ritual at? I'm more here for the ritual than the singing. Well, I'm not appreciative of the singing right now. Sorry. Especially with all them singing. I'm good. I can't make fun of that as much. It's not the ritual. It's just listening to people singing. I'm good. No, baby, no. Side with the choir boys. I did it earlier today. It's always news. That's why. Yep. Gonna end it early today. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Christmas Eve for yourself, for your family, all that. Stay warm. Hope you have a great day. Use this. Yep, see you too, Dad. Dragon. Later, Lou. Night, man. Merry Christmas. Hope you enjoy that burger, dude.
Meow, 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 meow.
Gets there soon. There y'all.
Another one.